Hi, my name is JohnSpeed96 and welcome back to my Minecraft survival world. This is the second video I'm making, and in this video I'm going to be constructing the village that you can see just behind my head. Now in order to do that, there's a few things that we need to do. For a start, there's all the houses that need to be built. There's also a train station, which will be just about where my pointer is. And there's also going to be a watchtower up on the hill where you can see that netherrack. But I think the first thing we need to do is gather some resources. So when I demolished this village, I did get quite a lot of resources, as you can see in these chests here. However, the main thing I think I need to go and gather is some more dark oak wood, as that's what I'd like to make the roofs of the majority of these houses for. So let's go and do that now. Okay, so as you can see, we've got quite a bit more dark oak wood now. And the next thing I'm going to do is start constructing the houses. As you can see, with this building over here, this is roughly the build palette I'm going to use. However, I'm not quite sure if I like using these strip logs for the walls, so I might change that as we go. I've just begun construction on this second house, and I've realised I've got no cobblestone, which is what I'd like to build the floor out of. So let's go and gather that now. Okay, so that is the first of the houses I'm going to build today done. I quite like it. It's got this little sort of porch area, and I'm going to make it so that you can walk through the porch and down into this little square area. It might not be that easy to understand at the moment, but I'm going to try and turn this into like a little courtyard or a garden. So, on to the next house. Okay, so I've just built up some of the foundations of this large house here, which is going to be the next one that I'm going to build. And I just wanted to try and explain what my vision was for this construction. So on the right and left hand side here, I've got two separate buildings, but what I'm going to try and do is have them joined by some kind of archway or overhanging bridge, as I think that would look really cool. And then going underneath the bridge is going to go into a little stone courtyard, which I'm going to need to do a bit of terraforming for so that it will look right. And let me show you what that looks like now. Okay, so there we are. Obviously it's not done. I haven't got a roof, windows, or some of the blocks are missing here and there. But this is the general idea. So I've got this textured stone floor, bit of an archway or overhang going across it, and into this little courtyard. And now the bit I quite like is this little doorway down here, which will go to like a basement. Obviously it's not finished. And I like this little wall that I've got here. What I might try and do is turn this area going behind the wall into another path, so that if people want to, they can cut round behind the houses to cut across through the village. I've also got like a little staircase that comes down between the narrow gap between the two houses, which goes to this point, which is going to be the centre of the village. Okay, so now that's all the windows and walls and ceilings fixed up, let's get on to doing the roof. Okay, so I was just in the middle of doing the roof, but I've run out of spruce wood, so let's go and get some more. Okay, so there we are. That is the roof of that house finished. As you can see, I've added 2 chimneys. And the next thing I'm going to move on to building is going to be this 4th house, which will be the last one I'm going to do for the first stage of this village. Now it's going to have a basement down here, and you're going to be also able to access the top floor from the path here. So let's get on to building that now. Okay, so there we are. That is that house completed. As you can see, there's the basement down the bottom, and it's got a top floor as well. I think for the interior of these buildings that I've constructed, I'll do that later on, perhaps in its own video, as I don't really want to do that today. I think the next project that I'm going to do is going to be working on the watchtower and the train station. Okay, so here we are up at where I'd like to build the train station. As you can see, I've got this little stone marker of roughly where I want the platform to be. And if you can see down there, that line of stone is roughly where the rail is going to go. So I'm not going to connect and build all of that today. What I am just going to build is the platform and do a little bit of terraforming so that it's not just hanging off the edge of this cliff. Okay, so there we go. I got a little bit carried away and I just sort of went for it and finished building it, but that is what the station's going to look like. I've lined it up so it should connect up with that stone down there when I eventually come to build the rest of the railway. And I also connected it up to the path and built the path a bit more, so as you can see I've got some steps and I've neatened it up a bit. I stopped down here, and eventually I will continue to do the whole village, as at the moment it is quite messy, but I think I'll save that for another time. Now the thing I think I'm going to do next is going to be this watchtower. Now the watchtower is going to be all the way up here, where there is this thing of netherrack. And now I need to figure out how I'm going to make a path to get up here, so let's do that now. Okay, so here we are. I've made the little path that will go up to where the stairs are to get up to the top of the hill. And roughly I'm going to build the stairs just going up the hill here. So let's have a time lapse of me doing that now. Okay, so there we are. I have completed the staircase going up. I'll just show you what it looks like now. And I've also built a path going from the top of the staircase all the way to the top of the hill, where I'm going to build a watchtower. So let me play a clip of me building that now. And there we are. I think that turned out pretty good. The only thing I've added is put some floors on the inside, and I've got windows there now. I think with this tower and the rest of the village, I will do all the interiors in a separate video because I don't really want to do that right now. Okay, so I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Thanks very much for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate that. It means a lot. So just a quick recap on what I did today. I constructed these 4 houses down in the village, connected them up with paths. I've also built the railway platform and a staircase that leads up to this watchtower on the hill. My name is DrumSpeed96. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.